is mainly in the born of the library. So born of the digital library means in the starting of that point of view, the digital libraries will be providing directly to e-content of that information only. They did not use the digitize it. They did not do digitalize and uploading and all these things in not to do entirely in the starting to top to bottom in the content of the subject, in the one para to another para, one subject to another subject, the full text of that content totally to electronic gateway. They are the sending that information. They did not to digitalize it. So that there is not to digitize the information. This is the purely electronic information only in the bond of the digital library in the starting to up to end of work. They are the providing the qualitative, authentic, and good information to digital resources concerning the domains. So that is the mainly born of the digital libraries totally to working on the electronic gateway only. That is one thing. And also second one is maintaining that is the executive collection of culture resources. So mainly this is the important of this thing, culture resources. So in the what is that in the IISc Bangalore is there? What is the culture of the resources? Integrity of the sciences purely and engineering sciences, pure sciences and applied sciences, integrity of the sciences, all the multidisciplinary of engineering courses, the type of the research of the contribution of the going on in the IISc Bangalore. So in the contemporary, on that library of the digital resources, all the e-resources are available on that area. The social sciences and including the pure sciences, applied sciences, and mathematical sciences and engineering sciences, especially in the IEEE Science Direct are familiar of the Scopus, Web of Science, all the resources including the plagiarisms, with the entirely the content of that information, the institution it will be providing. So that is the maintaining the effective collection of the culture. So what is the culture of the R&D, research and development? That culture of the main motto in the IISc is the India's toppest science institution in the R&D sector. They are getting the multinational projects, multi-DST projects. How it will be getting? That is means n number of the researches are going on the contemporary. So in this content in the digital library evaluation, the mainly to focus in the collection culture of the resources. What type of that culture, what type of that resources is the required? You can identify and providing the services. That is the main thing. And secondly, and using information resources, retrieval protocol, and language codes, retrieval of that information. So any one of any database is the main motto, retrieving the information. So without of that retrieving, what is the purpose of the database? Nothing else. So information retrieving is the most important of the phenomenon. So in this connection, information retrieving is most important here. So this the databases it will be providing, retrieving the information and knowledge sources. Here, retrieving what type of the information is retrieved. They're the maintaining some of the standard codes. What type of the standard codes here? Z.39.50, that is the supporting of the information, retrieving the language of the program in the binary of the system in the standard procedure, standard protocol. That is one thing, one contemporary. And also SRU and SRW, searching search and retrieving the information, and web services, web-based services, search and retrieving the basic of that information to the user community. That is the second one. And third one is SQL, that is called as a contextual quality language. So contextual query language, it will be a formal user-friendly query language for use of between the information system. So information system is the one of the gateway. They are the providing one of the quality, providing one of the platform, the language system. Mainly they are the SQL of the language of the basic system. It will be supporting to the entirely in the digital library. And ISO language course. So ISO language course is also very important. ISO language course, what are there? In ISO 639.2 course for the presentation of the name of the language. So this is the one of the language it will be supporting to the concerning the digital library. So digital evaluation of the method it will be supporting to working on the languages of ISO 639.2 is the one of the supporting of that language, and ISO 639.5, the codes it will be reflected to presentation of the names of the languages. So that is one contemporary. And third one is the ISO JEC, that is 10640. The introducing to the widely the characterization of the evaluation of the language codes. So this is any of the digital library. It will be working on the digital content of the digital languages is the most important. So these digital languages codes are very important. So in this concerning languages codes are the ISO standard and Z.3.19 and CQL. This is called as contextual query language. This is all are interdisciplinary. It will be integrated to interconnectivity to one connection to one languages to another language. That is one contemporary. And also evaluating the digital library. How it will be evaluating the digital library? What is the purpose and what is the utilization? That is the most important. So digital library is mainly evaluating so importance of the concerning the how it will be working, how to functionality, and everything it will be reflected depends upon the users mainly. So how many users is there? So what is that? What is the purpose? What is the parameters? How it will be working on? So first of all is the effectiveness. The digital library, how it will be effectively to working on that. That is mainly to focusing on that. Because in the single interfacer or multi-interfacer, so how many in the multi-users at a time, the thousands of the members, how many users are there, the restrictions. So at a time around in the 500 to 600 members who are logging in your server and accessing of the digital library, it will be providing the effectiveness of the services or not. That is the main important. And secondly, efficiency. The digital library is the working in efficiency or not. So the digital library is the working efficiency. Is that true? Okay, then only it will be processed. So efficiency is the most important. Once again, you can click it on that open. The web page it will be not open. What is that purpose? That is the waste of the time. So efficiency is the most important here. And also for evaluating the digital library and also construct the evaluation. So construct of the evaluation will be continuously of the process. It will be working or not, how it will be working. So easily to find out constructive of that planning. That is the main important. And also criteria. So what type of the criteria we have the followed mainly to focusing. So criteria based main important here. The performance of the selection of the objectives. What is the selection of the objectives? Your main motto, your main agenda to find out on this concern. And methodology. So what type of the methodology you have the followed? So that is the most important. The processing of the data, collection of the data, analysis of the data, what type of the data you have the analysis. So this is the evaluation of that method. Methodology is the most important here. So this is the main parameters in this concern. And also that is the criteria of measuring of the digital library. So what is the criteria of the measuring of the digital library? So measuring of the criteria of the digital library, that is the construct of the digital library. So first of all, to construct of the digital library, how it will be construct of the digital library? You can plan it first of all. So how it will be construct of the digital library? You can plan it. What type of the information is the required? What are the materials you can require? First of all, the computers. So how many systems is the required? Whether the servers, how many servers, one server is required? How many scanners is the required? How many hardware is required? So entirely that content of that information, you can find out and step up on that. So in this concern, digital collection resources. So in the that is the hardware and programming of the application of the software. This is the one part of the establishment of that planning of the standard first one. And second one, digital collection resources. What type of the digital collection resources is the required here? Selection and gathering the handling media. So selection of that material and distribution and connection of the links. So we have that information, the distribution of the links. What are the links is there? So directly you can share the concern in the link. The hyperlinks it will be provided automatically. It will be stored the data. And the organization of structure and storage. So organization of the structure. So entirely all the files it will be not a one folder. So each of that file it will be integrated separately. The subject wise, articles one type, journals one type, ebooks is one type, the physics, chemistry, the different applications in the different areas you can separately to organizing in the structure of the strategy. And also interpretation and representation of that metadata. Interpretation and representation of that metadata means you have uploaded the book information in the standard format of that metadata structure. So data about the data, the metadata structure, it will be reflected title and author. Then according to the catalog of the basis, what are the information is there, you can upload in the directly. That is one contemporary. And that is next one, preservation and perspective. So preservation and perspective in this digital library. The second one is preservation and perspective. What type of that preservation and perspective is the going on here? Access mainly. The preservation means you can access that information. All the people can be access that information to providing that facility. The first thing, that is one thing. And second one is intellectual. So intellectual of the people, intellectual of the information, where the providing very easiest of that way. That is one thing. And physically also we can find out the providing the information. And also distribution also one of the part. And also interfaces, interactions. And so interfaces and interaction, that is also one thing. And search and retrieval. So these all are the search preservation. Search and retrieval means I am searching one of that information. It will be, in case the information, it will be retrieving the data. So in the system, I am searching one of that information on the toolbar. So in the search toolbar, so automatically the toolbar reflected the information. So this is entirely this 7 parameters representation of preservation and perspective and persistence of to working of the digital library evaluation. And also the third one is the services. In this area, the measuring of the digital libraries services, what type of the services they are providing, mainly availability. So availability is the most important. What type of that information is there in our database, in our procuring of that information, availability. That information to available to all the user community of that teaching or non-teaching or faculty or students. That is one thing. And the range availability, servicing, and destination and delivery. Range of that is called as a range of availability, services and destination. What type of that range of the availability? That is the also indication. This is the range. So this is our digital library will be providing the 100 kilometers radial distance or 300 kilometers radial distance. So this is the limitations of jurisdiction of the areas we will inform. And also user and user community use and users communities. So how many users are there in our library? User communities are students community, are faculty community, are research community. So what are UG students or PG students? What type of the community of the people they are accessing to identify? That is the most important. And security and privacy policies, legal aspects, and licenses. So once you have the establishing of the digital library, you can procuring the digital databases, the licensed softwares providing applications, you can buy it. The standard and international licensed application licensed softwares, where the purchasing, it will be standard and providing the born of the digital libraries, qualitative of the information. So this is the most important. And also security. So how it will be providing that information? We are subscribing to our user community. In this concerning, we are providing the user ID and password for all the user community to check the utilization of that properly. Any of the misusing is going on, identify and providing the firewalls to safety and security to enriching the information to our user community. That is one thing. And management, operations and staff. So management and operation of the staff means the digital library, how it will be working on, any bugs is coming, any of the problems is there, any of the user is not to getting that information, any technical errors is there, some of the downloads is not coming. So what is the going on? In the staff, it will be comes to the online service oriented, ask any library question, or otherwise in online content, directly one person in the technical supporting. In case any people bugs, any problems is coming in the technically, the people will be providing that information. So this process is going on. You can do it. You can do it. So such type of the helping of that most important here. And also cost and economics. So cost and economics digital library. So basically it will be costly and expensive because this is the commercial databases. We have the maintaining quality of the information on the digital library. The cost is a very huge. So in this contemporary, what type of the database is the required? What type of the information is the required? According to our user community basis, you can identify and um, uh, cost cutting edge planning and processing and approving. It is the most important. And finally, integration, cooperation with other sources, libraries or services. So integration is the most important in the rest of the libraries and services to the people. So that means the resources in the other libraries, what type of the facilities is the sending. So what type of the facilities they are the providing. So same thing here in our library, that type of that facilities were the providing or not is to find out and providing that information. That is the main thing. So this is the parameters of digital library. The criteria of measuring of the digital libraries mainly focusing in this area, digital collections and resources and preservations and perspectives and services. This three is the reflected major contribution of digital library for effective providing the services. And also contesting of the evaluation at what level of evaluating. So that is the main user end. So user is the main satisfaction. The digital content of that information, what is the purpose where the updating of that information, what is the purpose of that main motto to utilization of that user community. That is the main thing. And institutional level. So institutional level, in the IASC, for example, in the IASC Bangalore is there. They are the working in the pure sciences and applied sciences and engineering sciences. So India's in the world wise in India, toppest university and research center in the IASC Bangalore. So the institution of the division, what is that institution of the division? What type of that information is the required concerning the user community by the student or faculty, staff, and research scholars. So current updated of that information to providing the institutional reaching of that information, that is the most important in the digital parameters as the key role of that librarian. That is one thing. And the individual. So individual, some of the people, they are asking individual of that information. So I want this article. I want to some of the journal of the content. I have the not possible to downloading the information. Can you please provide me? So that individual of that information, easiest way to providing the free access of the downloading facility for the user community. So that is also one of the important. And also interface. Interfacing is the most important. The single interface or multi-interfacing. So interface is the n number of the people at a time we can access in our library to perfectly to providing good services to the user community. So that is the main important. Interfacing is important. So in case the online queries ask any of the librarian, the people will be asking that information. We did not give the name the technical supporting. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose of the digital library of the utilization? In the online content, you can clear-cutly to provide the information. That is the mainly supporting of the system. That is the main thing. And the system and also system concern. So system concerning is the engineering. So system concerning of the engineering and the technical supporting. So what type of the information is the required whether the engineering stream, technically what type of the people engineering stream, technically what is the technical means is called as a engineering sciences, where they're providing the engineering quality of the engineering sciences of IEEE, ASME, ACE, Science Direct data, so many databases that information it will be provided to the some of the user community and the processing. So whatever how it will be processing that information. So once we have the procuring that links, it will be directly to sharing the user community. It is uploading in the web portal in the digital library. Once you can click it, automatically the people will be connected to the directed to the content server. The people will be easy way to get it that information. The content too. So content is the most important of that phenomena. So nowadays, the previous days, the people will be in case the people will be come to asking, sir, that info, sir, nuclear, that is the nuclear crystal. Where is it available, sir? So you can go to see the chemical abstracts. You can see it will be available. So nowadays that is not a gone. So nuclear crystal is the one of the content of that parameter. nuclear crystal in the physics or chemistry. In the how it will be getting that information accurate of the people will be directly to coming to asking in the digital library. There is no manual system. So you can find out the such toolbar to find out the information. It will be available or not immediately to share that information. The content based only. So the people they doesn't know. Or sometimes the users coming to library, so they doesn't know what is the subject. Sir, I want this topic. Please give me the content of the information. So the people, there is no time. The people will be searching and getting that information. You'll go there here. You can see that paper, that see that you can download it. It's not possible that much of the time. So the people will be come to asking. So what is your job of that role? Content of that management. What type of that content they are asking? Downloading and providing or sharing the link concerning that user community. That is the content management is the key role. Today is the burning of the topic, content management software. So sometimes in this case, the content management software also, it will be uploaded only for the jurisdiction of concerning that areas. That is one contemporary. And also, this is the main thing. And the critical evaluation in the digital libraries, what type of the critical evaluations is there? Mainly to find out here, collection. So in the collection is the most important. Digital libraries, the collection is very important. For example, in our mobile is there, in our mobile, you have to buy the one of that new mobile. There is no contact numbers in our phone. What is the purpose of that mobile? How you can call to all the people? You are the interesting to calling all the people. You doesn't know the mobile numbers. How can it is the possible to calling the phone numbers, calling to the content, interacting with the people? No way. So same here, the digital libraries also, we have the procuring the digital library or establishing the digital library. We have the content is the most important. That means in the collection is the important. Without the collection means science journals. Science journal is the one of the collection. Data, indiastat.com shows India statistical data. That is one compilation for R&D purpose. And mathematics, sadhana, engineering sciences, engineering. This is just like as an example. This is all or one of the resources. Different resources are there. N number of the resources is there. Your data, your library is the very efficiently adequate information to reaching the information to our user community. That is main thing. And information. So information in our digital library, what type of the information is there? You can find out to clear-cutly to abstract to give that to all the user community. We'll go there, see step by step, one link to another link, all the information is there. That is not a way. Once in the abstract, brief cut of that information. So what type of that information is there? So business information. This is the business databases, science databases. This is the science databases, links, science database links. So this type of that, all the links it will be providing, information displaying is the most important phenomena to explaining the brief information, accuracy. So that means exactly what type of that information is there in our database. You can tell to the concerning the people. That means you can display the digital library easily to find out the people so accurately what are they say that information will be available in our server, in our system. That is the good concept to appreciation of the good digital library. That is main thing. And also traditional information retrieving criteria. Traditional information means traditionally by manual system. Traditionals means sampradaya. Sampradaya means by manual. Manual, how did you be getting that information? You are come there here in the physical to library to get it that information by the book, by the journal. So that is called as a relevance, leads, measures, and specific areas. If you need one of that information, directly will come there here. Sir, I want this information. Where is it location? So go and see that so-and-so book. It will be available in the second unit, third unit. So you will get it that information. That is one contemporary. And satisfaction and success. Satisfaction and success. And satisfaction of the success means, so once the user will comes to the library, the people will be get it that maximum of the information, the people will be satisfied. That is success of our library. So without of that, the people will be comes to our library, go and see that location is there. You can find out. The people will be not satisfied. Immediately you can leave and go away and take to the other sources and find out that collection of the information. So as that in library, in the digital content, to providing the quality to of the satisfaction of the user, what type of that information they are asking, that information we are the providing or not. That is the main thing to find out. Traditional human computer and human computer interaction. So human computer interaction means usability and functionality effects and task appropriate of failures. So personally, the company will be comes to our library to ask him directly to providing the quality of that information to the concerning field. So otherwise, we are not providing quality of that information at the time the librarian is a failure. Because what is the purpose they are coming here? The people will be asking that information was it. Today, worldwide, what is that powerful of that instrumentation today with gold or silver? Nothing. Information is the powerful of that weapon today. So for example, you're going to see in the flight. So in a flight evening to Delhi. So what time is there in the flight? So you can search it in the Google, immediately it goes. So where is that? The Google is the software. Google is the software company? No. Google is the worldwide familiar Google Mata. Google, all the people they are searching. Google is only for the information provider. That is a search bar. That is a tool bar. Information provider. What are the that is only search engine. Just like I say in a paper. The people in the worldwide they are the uploading the information. That purpose, all the software or technical people they are the working in the behind of the screen. So Google is the information browser only. So Google is not a software company. Google is the information provider. So this means provide the information very qualitatively, clear-cutly. That is the satisfaction. Otherwise, the library, the digital library, how lakhs of that money you have to pay, were not succeeded, were the failure. So this concern. And also methods. What type of the methods you are here? Method of following, that is the here. The methods are given here. 6 methods you can follow. User focus groups, keystrokes of the tracking, user request list. This is all of the methods in the digital libraries. They are the following methods mainly. That is called as a heuristic of the evaluation, usability of the testing, expert of the reviews. So this is the mainly of the testing tools of the digital libraries. How to tell by evaluating what is the purpose. So what is the utilization and the purpose they are using. So mainly visibility and inspection, a checklist. Visibility and inspection means, so visibility, what type of that information is there? Visibility to the audience, that means the visitors of the users. The users means the any one of the people. So any one of the user means whether the student or faculty, those who are the visitor the library, that name is called as a user. The people who is the visibility inspection, what type of the information is there, the people will find out. That is the most important. So this is the main important, helping in this concerning help and documentation. So here in the visibility law, in the visibility inspection, what are the parameters is there here, and the visibility system status. So in our library, what are that information is there, visibility in the screen, it will be showing this information is there in our library. This much of the ebooks are there, this much of the e-journals is there, this much of the databases is there. You can access, click on that, it will be connected to the content in the link. So that type of the visibility is the most important, and match the between the system and the real world. So match the system. So what are the information you are the said that we are the providing the links, it will be connected to the world. For example, World Bank reports. I need World Bank reports. How did it be get it? We are given to the World Bank of the URL link. So once I'm clicking it on that, automatically it will be connected to the World Bank server. I am downloading the Human Resource Development Report. What is the criteria of per capita of that income of the Telangana? It will be reflected the statistics of that information, UN reports. So that type of the strategic of that information, it will be retrieving directly to the concerning that user community to the URLs in the world ways. And also user control and freedom. So user control and freedom, digital library, user control and freedom only. So I am the digital library user. I am clicking on that, it will be open. So all the digital library will be working on that user ID and password. Once you can click it on that, so what are that information is there? What are the searching? Each and everything, it will be controlling of our myself, my freedom only. because how much of the time I'm spending through the internet browsing only. So that much of interesting I'm continuously the browsing. That is my choice. That is the freedom. What type of the article I have downloaded, that is my choice, my freedom. That type of that freedom is very, very important in this concern. So majority of the freedom, it will be available in the digital library. There is no any other restricted. You go there, your time is over. You can wind up the session and go out. Nothing else here. It will be continuously stick on 24/7. That is continuously working. You have the system, you have the internet, so there is no restrictions. It will be continuously to work on that. And also consistency and standards. So we have the maintaining the digital library. Consistency and standards is the most important. Consistency and standards. What is the consistency? Quality of that materials where the providing. So quality of that infrastructure, computers, scanners. So we have the arranging systematically. Standardization, Z.390. That means in the standards of the databases. For example, we have the taken, so Z.3.3958, that is one standard, and also Dublin Core metadata, Mark 21st format. Once, why, what is the standards? Once you can click it on that, it will be opened the PDF content. It will be go for A4 page paraphrases. It will be setting off in your screen, any other computer, any one of the place. In case it will be not in the systematic metadata structure. Once you can click it on, it will be just like as a zoom, just like as a, this much of that window, it will be reflected. You did not to see the screen and reading the content, reading the image. So such type of the standard structures, it will be most important. Metadata structure, that is the data structure of the format, mark format, cataloging structure, what is the title, what is the author, indication of that format. It will be JetPan International Standard collaborations. That is one thing. And error preventions. So in case error preventions is coming, so BACA, that is the internet digital library, sometimes bugs is coming. So in the online content, the technical supporter we were regularly to watching, to firewalls it is applied, no need to come any of the advertisements and all these things accurately. Those were the who are searching the good information. At the time, it will becomes to just like as YouTube. Who are searching the some of serial or video. Immediately the ad it will becomes after the 1 minute or 2 minutes it will be gone. So such type of the discrepancies is coming here in the digital libraries. They did not to come such type of the discrepancies. It will be continuously to watch up such type of the bugs not coming to observing the technical people in the concerning to working on the digital library. That is one thing. And also recognition rather than recall. So recognition rather than the recall means, so what type of that information is required? Majority of the people there are browsing. So that type of that information, recall and retrieving the information in our database. So for example, in the COVID, a number of the worldwide, all the people they are searching. So such type of the database you can store in your database. It will be watching to all the people, retrieving and recall the information. And flexibility and efficiency of user. So flexibility and efficiency of the user means, so you are the efficiency. For example, I am using the internet, I am the efficiency. So efficiency of the user automatically n number of the times the digital library can be utilization. So that means the requiring of the technical knowledge is the most important in the user. That is flexibility. That means I need this time, evening late hours, I'm reading the digital library. So flexibility, that is my time only. So whenever you will free, at the time we have the office work is there. Morning to evening, we are working on that. Evening, if you need the reading one of the newspaper, business newspaper, at the time you can read. So that type of the flexibility is there in this concern. And also that is called as the authentication and minimizes of the designs and helping and user recognition. So this is all are the standard format recognition, what type of the standards and designs and the images of the formats. It will be uploaded to the user community for helping and utilization of the purpose only. And help and do documentation. So in this digital library, what is the purpose? Helping in the helpline of the task, call in the chat box or ask any of the library or any of the technical people is there. Any people there asking that information. Immediately we are providing the technical content of query immediately. And documentation. In case sometimes the people will be not unable to downloading any one of the article, the people will be asking, the requesting you that article name or DOI, directory of the object to identifier, the index, that is the digital number. Immediately we are the downloading, we are providing that information to the user community. That is one contemporary. So this is the mainly, and also initiating of roadmap of towards digital library in R&D. So initiatives, what type of the initiative? So main initiative, how did it helping the digital library for R&D? So R&D is called as research and development. So research and development today is the going on all the areas, engineering sciences, for example, in the car designs. So today's the car designs is also CAD-CAM. That is the digital library. One of the software is there. So on the basis of the designing, the people will be designing the structure and giving to the blueprint to the concerning that companies. The people will be designing of the pattern. They are the molded the car bodies. So that type of that entirely it will reflect the importance of the digital libraries in the R&D sector, especially that is mainly personal information management. For example, I need the personal information. So for example, I am passionate. I'm doing my research concerning that area. So personal information I need. So such type of that area. So immediately I am searching and downloading in the digital library in this parameter. And long-term and relationable between this is the digital library is the long-term duration. It will be continuously processed. It will be, there is no end of the place. So it means it will be continuously go on that. That is mainly. And third one, the role of the digital libraries, digital collections and other information services representing to the learning of the process. Digital libraries especially supporting to the learning content of the support to the user community. So this is the mainly the digital libraries are focusing mainly to helping of the user community. And what is the challenges are there? The digital libraries is there. The what type of that information is the required concerning the requirement of the institutional requirements, the type of the databases, all the digital libraries, it will be providing. That is the true, not all. In India, Digital Library of India, IIT Kharagpur, National Digital Library of India, they are the providing. In this concerning national wise, the people will be uploaded all the content of that information. Whether the, if you need friction is the required, novels is the required, novel books are there, grammar is the required, only English grammar. That books are there. Engineering journals is the required. Engineering journals, e-books is there, and social sciences. So if you need the social sciences, that type of all the interdisciplinary, A to Z, agriculture to zoology, what type of the books is the required, information is required, such type of that information providing the digital library. This is amazing of the digital library. So such type of the libraries, all the users, those who are the coming to the library, different approaches, different applications, they are the providing all the information. That is one of the best example of multidisciplinary of that library. That is one contemporary. And the challenges in the every digital library, we have the some of the challenges. So what type of the challenges are there? So mainly to focus on that. So web standards and semantic web technologies. So web standards. So every digital library through working in the web-based only, through internet URL only. So that is the web technologies. So web technologies, semantic web technologies is most important. So some of the standardization of that, for example, not only just like as a URL, standard of the URLs, www.worldwideweb. So that means in the worldwide, any one of the place, you are the sit there and log in it, automatically it will be retrieving and providing the information. So that is called as web technologies is the main thing. And second one, interface and human-computer interaction. Interface and human-computer interaction means, so today technology is the going on. Also here, interface, one place to another place is the going on each of the place, one place to another place. So interface of the communication is the gateway of that path. So in this connection, a number of the people, they are the approaching the process. So today is the AI technology is the going on. So artificial intelligence. So the technology, the applications is the most important. So interface, not only sometimes the server it will be open. So immediately, at a time, 10 people it will be access the computer. Immediately, the people, the computer, it will be hanging. So the server problem. So such type of that problems is not occurring in this web portal. N number of the people means at a time in the 500 of the people they are the accessing immediately all the time all the people they are the getting. So such type of that interfaces and also human interaction of the computer, AI technology, artificial intelligence. So just like as a remote of the access. So the remote of the access by manually the internet of the connectivity. So automatically it will be open the system, open the access of the information. That type of that technologies is the most important. That type of the challenges is the came today in the market. So web is the perfectly to maintaining. That is one contemporary and that is the AI technologies and majorly third one is the copyright and the legal licenses and open access publishing. So this is the called first Copyright Act. Copyright Act in the 1957 in the government of India. They are the publishing after the freedom of the 10 years. Copyright Act. For example, I am the publisher one of the book. Without of that my permission, no one cannot do publishing the same content, same matter, same another place. So that is the Copyright Act. In case the people will be publishing the same content, same matter, another source, you have the taken the permission from the author by the writer. That is the main important. That means once we have the taken the copyright, once it will be published in any book, it will be copyright of the act that it will be up to the valid of the copyright, it will be 20 years for your name. Without of that your permission, the people will be not published the information. And the licenses, where the subscribing the information, license agreement is the most important. So licenses, for example, we are procuring on some of the databases. So who is the authentication of that body? So such type of the genuine of the Web of Science, Scopus, IEEE. This is the some of the international standard licenses companies where the subscribing the online resources and also open access publishing. So today I am publishing my article one of the conference, one of the international standard commercial publication. So in case of that article, if you need, so Bharat Biotech, for example, Bharat Biotech, they are the publisher one of that article in the Science Direct. So in case if you need that article, you can pay some of that money and you can buy through the website only in the Web of Science of the data. But in the some people they are the downloaded that article and openly to publishing the access, open domain access. So immediately in the Google, all the people can be downloadable. So that is the misusing. So open access is the means it will be domain to publishing to the open place. For example, live example, in the cinemas. Today the pirated cinemas once. Today it is released next day it will becomes to the market. So the pirated. So such type of that is called as open access. It will becomes to the misusing. That is the problems here to identifying the digital library. This is the most important. And also scalability. So what is the standards where they maintaining the scalability or not? Either just like as I am running this library where the providing this and that is not a way. Scalability. So this is standard structure, standard formation, regularly day-to-day updating of the information. So such type of the information will be providing. That is the most important. And also social media integration and marketing. So social media is the main powerful weapon today marketing. The social media, what is that called? Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. So this is the social WhatsApp. This is the social networks is the coming to the market to maintaining the entirely information to spreading the information and marketing also. If you need the marketing, immediately where the LinkedIn, some of the Twitter, we have the posted n number of the previous days, any of the advertisement, any of the faculty's requirement, it will become to the newspaper. So you can pay that amount to publishing of the newspaper. Today that there is no such type of these things. All the people they are the publishing only through the LinkedIn's only. So immediately those are the people are there. You can free the Twitter and Facebooks. Immediately they are the following and applying the post. So such type of that marketing is going on. That is also one of the contemporary and also formatting and the formatting the sustainability. So in the digital library, how did it be sustainable? How many times, how many period it will be continuously going up? The sustainability, the standard, the sustainability. That means we are continuously to process go on. What is the stability, sustainability? How many years is the going on? That in the futuristics also it will be going on the digitization. So standards is the required. Standardizations is the maintaining. So this is the main standardizations is there. Automatically the website browsers users are good satisfied and providing the quality of the information. So this is the brief of that information of the digital library, evaluation of the system and process. So this is like chapter is the completed. So this is the entirely, this section is the 16th unit is the block is over. Entirely our syllabus is the completed here. So in the especially this topic is digital libraries is the totally 4 blocks. In the 4 blocks is the 16 4 blocks and 16 units. So today is the completed the evaluation of digital library. So this is the main process of that information. So in the first class we have the discussed the introduction to the digital library. What is the digital library? What is the purpose? That is one question it will becomes to you. Absolutely, we can find out. And next one is the designing and development of the digital libraries. That is also one of the important. And third one is the management of electronic database management, DBMS, just like as a database management system, user interfaces and etc. Resource discovery, samplings and all these things. So this fourth one is the digital libraries, legal ethical values, how it will be uploading. So what is the procedure, licenses and the Copyright Act and digital libraries problems also sustainability and the evaluation of the methods. Today we are discussing. So this is the brief of that information about the digital libraries. So all the best for the examination of that point of view. So first of all, we will thoroughly each of the content directly to prepare the synopsis and content of the subject and to prepare the notebook in the important of the questions. So important of the matter. So just like as a Copyright of the Act, ACR 2 article, ACR 2 revised edition which year published 1967. So this is the act of the Copyright Act in the after the 1947 independence, 1957 after 10 years, the Copyright Act is came. After that, the 2004 IT Information Technology Act is came 2004 in India. It will reflected what is the revolution is the going on information technology. So in the digital content of the parameter. So this is all that it will be National Knowledge Commission. It will be established National Digital Library of India. So in this area, in the digital libraries, what is that important of? So in the digital libraries, Greenstone Library. So which year is established the Greenstone Library. So this is the all are very, very important of that libraries. So that is the ePrint also one of the database. So this is the all are very, very useful of the topics. You can thoroughly to prepare and write that examination. So all the best. So this session is the over. Any doubts is there? Thank you. This session is the over.
Thank you, sir.
So wind up the session, please. Yeah. Thank you, all of you.